I'm Morten and I'm in my photo blind photographing the birds that are just outside right now. In this video, I'm spending 3 days camping in the forest in Denmark where I'm photographing and making food and fire. Everything doesn't go as I'm hoping for and I have to change my plans. Holy cow, look at this one. Grab yourself a cup of coffee or something other nice and let's get out there. It's probably not the best idea to go out right now and camp because it's late and within 45 minutes it's going to be dark in the forest. But I thought rather than get out here tonight with all the things and then set it up tonight in the dark, then when I wake up tomorrow I'm waking up in the tent and then I have the entire day and the next 2 or 3 days just to enjoy this beautiful forest and to photograph. But I should probably not do all my talking when I am running out of time. Sun is already setting, so yeah, could use a little bit of daylight to pitch this tent. It's heavy to carry around this big lavvu tent, but this time of the year we have these long evenings and I can't really photograph a whole lot and I have a lot of work to do, like some editing and a lot of photos I have to look through, and then I thought I'd rather have a good base camp here so I can sit and do a little, look through my photos, edit some video in the evenings. That's where this tent comes into play. I'm looking for a place that offers me some good shelter from the wind because it's 18 meters per second now out there, but definitely not in here between the trees. I'm also looking for a place where there are no branches that are risking to fall down in the storm or wind or what you call it. And lastly, I'm looking for a place that is not like in a slope, because tomorrow it should be raining and I don't want the tent to be flooded. And then I'm looking for a flat place, but I think there is something down there. Let's have a closer look. Yeah, here is good, because then it's going further down there. And then I can sit up there on the little hill in the evening and look at the scenery. That was faster than I had hoped for. Now it seems like I'm still in good time to actually get an overview about the area, and I'm really happy for that. I think this chair is a little bit big for the lavvu, but I should get a smaller one. But I just really wanted the comfort, so I can sit here with my laptop, do some work, and let's see. Does it work? Does it work? Does it work? I definitely think it does. Look at this. Coffee here, laptop here, looking through the photos of the day. If I get any photos, that's the big question. I just brought the 180 to 600, 14, 24 and 2470. I don't expect to see a whole lot of animals on the trip, but maybe some small birds, I can hear them, maybe a deer, but otherwise maybe I should challenge myself and do some landscape photography. But yeah, let's get to it. So I'm having chicken this evening with some vegetables, and I'm going to roast the chicken first and then give the vegetables a little fry afterwards. And it's so cozy to sit in here while the wind is like, what to say, howling outside. Amazing. While waiting for the food and while I'm getting more hungry, it's time to go through some photos, not from today but from some of the other days I've been out. You know that feeling of coming home and bring the photos into Lightroom or whatever you use, and then you think, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, it's late now, I'm tired, and then if you do that enough, suddenly you are way behind with organizing, sorting them out, rating and keywording, and that's the situation I'm in. So yeah, look, can you see? It's not so good that I can do like, oh, I was about to say it's not so good that I can show you like this vertical, because that means it's stuck on the pan, but it's not. This is going to be really good. I'm so hungry now. Mm. Mm. This is So good. This evening, when I'm done eating, I just want to sit here, read a little bit, and then go early to bed, get up early, get my coffee, some breakfast, and then get the equipment ready. And then I'm really looking forward to getting out to see what is in this area. Are there any animals at all, or is it just the trees? But that's also fine. I just think it's really nice to be out here, do a little camping, some wildlife photography or landscape photography or whatever. So yeah. Doesn't get much better than this. I'll see you in the morning. Oh, it has been a good night. Oh, and I feel I could stay in the sleeping bag the entire day, because this sound is not super motivating. At least it was not what I hoped for when I went to bed last night, but it is what it is. Oh. It has been raining almost non-stop since 11 o'clock last night, and everything is damp and wet, and yeah, it's still raining. I think I'm going to cover this zoom lens because after all it's not that waterproof. It's waterproof enough, but I know that when I cannot dry it in the evening I will probably have condensation tomorrow, and I don't want that. So yeah, let's put a cover on it. You see, it's already wet. I'm just trying to get all this water off, because then when I put the cover it will just be really damp inside if I don't do it. So lens is now covered. I'm not so worried about the Nikon Z9 because I know that one, it doesn't matter. I never get moisture in that, even though I'm out in the rain the whole day. But yeah, the zoom lenses, somehow sometimes the dampness is coming in when they are wet and wet and wet and never get dried after in a few days, and especially at this time of the year where we maybe have so like 10 degrees during the day, and then in the night it'll be almost frost and everything become cold, and then when they get warm again, you know, I get this. Suddenly it is like photographing on a foggy day, because the front lenses, or somewhere in the lens construction there is a little moisture. But now look at this. This is nice. The little guy is covered, and then if it's starting to pour down I can just take this over the camera body itself. I have really no idea where to go. Like I can go in all directions. I don't know where it's good. I don't know where the animals are. It is completely new to me. shit from a roe deer. That's nice to see. It's difficult to see if it's fresh or not because it has been raining, so they look so fresh. But anyway. Just saw a wren flying around in there, so I thought rather than just walking around, I better just sit and see what happens. Or maybe it's just an excuse for a cup of coffee. Nice. It's one of these days where everything is just quiet. You don't hear that many birds. You don't see deer on the fields. Everything just seems so, what to say, abandoned in a way. I think I have to move a little more to the open because I'm very high in ISO and the exposure is, I'm at a f6.3 and then I have a 40 of a second and ISO is up to 1600, so I think it'll be hard to capture the birds with this. Oh, wait a second. The little wren was there again. Oh, I would really like to capture that little fellow. I'll just give it a chance. 10 minutes. I didn't get the little fellow. It's moving too quick and my shutter speeds are too slow, but I can tell you one thing, nothing comes easy today. I think I have an hour and a half before it's getting dark. Bloody. This is a hard season to photograph because you have so little time to get out, find the animals, get in position and photograph. But yeah. This is so different from photographing the red deer. Do you remember that video, you know, the mornings with the haze and fog and the quiet evenings and the roars and lots of deer and you can hear them in the forest, and every single step I took was like, oh, don't break a branch, don't break a branch. I hope they don't smell me, I hope they don't hear me, I hope they don't see me, and then, you know, just lots of great photos. Now it's autumn, very soon winter in Denmark, and it is like nature is hibernating. But nevertheless, it's just wonderful to be out. And you know, I need some contrast in my photography. If it's really easy or really good, or you get very good photos every time, you get spoiled, and then it takes more and more to get you excited. But days like this or trips like this with a minimal of things to photograph, but just still putting effort into it, that is just what helps you to lower your expectation next time. And then one day you get surprised when you see the deer, the squirrel or the bird or whatever it is. What a day. It's beautiful, isn't it? There's a rainbow. Maybe that's a sign that I should switch my telephoto lens to a wide angle and do some landscape photography. I think I'll do that. You know, and the moment I do that, you know what's going to happen. A deer will appear in front of the rainbow. Yeah. Now it's raining again, like it sometimes does when there's a rainbow. Oi, I have to photograph this. No. There was a raven flying towards the rainbow. But I have to say, luckily it turned off. Otherwise, my prediction would come true. A raven flying just over the rainbow. Well, let me make some landscape photos. Looking forward to seeing this area up here. My lens is not wide enough on the camera. The 24mm is not wide enough to get the rainbow. So I've taken a few and then I can probably stitch them together. Ah, this is beautiful. Everything is soaked again, the backpack, the equipment, so I think it's worth sacrificing the last hour of daylight. I want to see if I can find some firewood before it's getting dark, start a fire, and then I can take my things out and try to dry everything a little bit. A full day without a single photo of a bird or a mammal or anything, but I got a few rainbow photos and a few from in the forest. I'm going to look at them once I get back to the camp, but yeah, let's go. Now it's time to find some nice and dry firewood. That's a good one. It's dead and it's probably dry because it has been standing there the whole summer, and then it's too thin for the woodpecker to use for a nest and most other birds to use for a nest, so that's the one we take. All the ones that are lying around in the moss, they will have soaked up the water, so they're not that good. I can smell when I cut it there, there was a lot of resin in it, which is really good when I have to light it. I try to speed up a little bit because the more I can do in daylight, the better, because everything is just so much more easy when you have this overview and you can find your axe and your saw and your backpack and jacket and everything. So if I'm lucky, I'll be done with this, and I've started the fire before it's getting too dark, and I'm cutting them in about meter pieces rather than cutting them like I'm not putting them into my stuff at home. So I save a lot of time by doing this, and then when I have the fire I can just put them like, and they burn up on the middle, and then I have two and I can put them in. It's much faster and I save time and energy. Just going to rest it here because it gets the heat from the fire and it can dry up. No, it's not good. Here we go. Especially if the frost comes, it's very important to get things dried, because otherwise it might freeze a little bit in there. But it should not be frost tonight. Just around 0 degrees. That means it'll be a little warmer in the tent, just slightly. But yeah. I think it's time to cook some dinner. Otherwise I'll be too lazy and I'll probably just go to bed without, but that's not a good idea. And I don't have energy tomorrow. This is so good. If you haven't tried making meat directly on the embers, you really have to try it. So simple. Take a good steak, a piece of meat, make some good embers, and if the soil is a little sandy or so, just pile them up, stack them up so the meat does not get in contact with the sand. And then when they are like red, almost white, put the meat on, and you would think that the embers will stick to the meat and everything will become burned and black and dark, but it doesn't. Maybe 2 or 3 minutes on each side, and then when you flip it, you just brush the embers off, and most of the time they are not even sticking because the meat creates such a nice crust. It's just so simple because the result is perfect and you don't need a whole lot of equipment to make it. But yeah, I really needed some dinner now. And with the vegetables in coconut oil, what a day, what a day. I hope when I wake up tomorrow it will not be to the sound of raindrops hitting the top, but instead when I open up there and we look out, just sun in the forest, then I can sit here, make some nice breakfast. I don't want to do the same mistake as today and skip the breakfast. I'm making a solid breakfast tomorrow, get some coffee, get some water, and then we head out and see if we have just a little bit more luck than I had today. But yeah, I think I'll call it an evening and then see you tomorrow. It has definitely been frost tonight, and the sky is blue and there's no wind, and this is just amazing. And in an hour or so the sun will rise. Probably not in here because we are sheltered from the trees, but look at the moon. There. It's a little bit cold, so I want to get the fire started because I can't wait to get my morning coffee. It's going to be so good and a nice breakfast. I'm actually hungry now. Before I went to bed, I spread out these burning logs so that I have some coals now, and then it's easy to start. I'm not making a huge fire now, I'm saving the wood. So just started the fire, made a few flames, and then put a lot of the coals from yesterday evening. No, when, oi, that was warm. When I spread it apart, and then I put them into the fire, and then in 20 minutes from now I have a fire that is really good for just boiling a little water for the coffee and making my breakfast. And of course it's tempting just to put the fire on and then have a lot, but you know, then I have to spend time on finding new firewood and saw it, split it and stuff like that. So this does the trick. And now I'm just making a little tool for my breakfast. I think this should do. As you can see, this is not for a craft competition. It's I can use all these later because they are really good when lighting the fire, especially now because they're close to this fire and everything will be dried. It's so nice with a down jacket in the morning, but it's always a little about discipline, because if I keep that down jacket on, which is really nice, and put this one on top, this one is basically for protection, you know. Now I just started the fire in the down jacket, but once I start to really work around and make food, I don't want the down jacket there, because all the little sparks that come up will just burn holes in it. This one is waxed cotton, so it's much more durable, but then you're tempted, because it's a little cold now, probably frost, maybe 1 degree Celsius minus, and then you want to keep the down jacket on because, oh, it's so nice. And then you start working and with the camera, and you maybe start walking, and then you get sweaty, and then you get all this sweat into the down, and then the insulation effect of the down jacket just decreases so fast. So that is why I take the down jacket off, leave it in there in its bag, and then when I come back tonight and it starts to get cold, you know, and I just sit here, then I can take it underneath this and everything is nice. So you don't want your down gear wet, but you probably know. Just wanted to share. I think the fire looks pretty good now. I think we can make some breakfast. It's about time for that. This is a half-liter bottle, and I can have 10 eggs in here. I just, you know, put them in from home, especially in the winter where it's not that warm, and then it's a little more practical than having them in the shells. Take the pan off because I don't want the eggs to be too firm. Here we go. Nice food, eggs, vegetables, bacon, and then just after a hot cup of coffee. That's going to be good. Mm. Mm. The plan for today, I have one thing I need to do, and that is to get water. And there's a lake, some, I don't know, half an hour walk or something like that. And I'll have to yeah, get some water with my cleaning system and fill up at least 2 liters so that I have for the rest of today and tomorrow. That's it. And my little wood chips are here, and we're probably moving that a little closer. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Don't know which way to take. That way. I decided to take on the 180 to 600 rather than a landscape lens because, you know, if I see a beautiful landscape, I reckon I'll not run away. I'll just stay there until I switch lens and I'm ready. And you can exactly say that with the birds or the deer. There was a red deer female on the other side of the swamp. No. I think it's a male. It's a young male, look. There's no way I can get out there because it's a little island surrounded by like swamp that you can't walk through, and it's far away. And they're probably really sketchy. And to be honest, red deer is not really what I'm after because I need to put some distance to my last experience. Oh, it's putting up the head. It's putting up the head. It's just put up the head. Try to have a look here. There it is. Yeah. I still have that memory from the last time where everything was just pure magic. And you know, my last 2 videos ago, these mornings and evenings were just pure magic. And yeah, it's I need to put a little distance to that. I'd much rather photograph the birds, to be honest. But let's go to that little lake. It's just 500 meters that way in that direction, and then we can get some water and see if there are birds floating around. It's really muddy, this one, but it is the only lake I have around to get water from. It's not poisoning or anything, but it's, you know, a little brownish. I don't want to take any chances because from my experiences water is definitely the worst thing. That can shorten your trip very quick. Let me just get the things packed and then I can taste the water and give you a report on that. Maybe from 1 to 10, where 1 is something you don't want to drink at all, and 10 is probably the glacier water from Greenland or Svalbard, and the water in my tap at home is probably 8. Let me give you a review in just a second. Look, it's still a little brown. It's not the flask, it's the water, but let's taste. Yeah, it's good. Probably a 6 out of 10. And if you like the smell or taste of lake and reeds, stuff like that, it's definitely a 10. It's actually not that bad. Yeah, awesome. So nice, we have the water, and that is always good. So I reckon 2 hours, an hour and a half, there'll be too low light to photograph. While I was filling up the water bottles, I've been thinking a little bit and or planning on what you say, because you know, it seems so desolate here, almost abandoned, and I've been hiking around for 2 full days, and you know, I've seen a rainbow and I photographed a tiny little bird sitting on top of a tree and a red deer that was far away, and other than that I haven't seen anything. So what I've been thinking about is, it takes a little explanation, because today is Tuesday. Tomorrow around 1 o'clock I have to leave home and drive to my mom to pick up my dog Björn, because he's now too old to come on these trips when the temperatures are so low. The following days, Thursday, Friday and Saturday and Sunday, will be incredibly busy for me. I'll tell you and show you all about that later. But the weather forecast for the next like 3 or 4 days says frost and possible rain or snow. And if it's going to snow, you know, I'll go crazy, because so rare here in Denmark that we have snow and frost, especially where I live close to the ocean. And if snow comes and the ground and nature gets covered in that, I want to come out and photograph, but I can't because I'm sitting inside and do my work. But I've been thinking about going to the camp right now, very quick. I can do it in 30-40 minutes, pack down the camp, get it to the bicycle, drive home while it's probably dark, but then I'll wake up home on the farm tomorrow, and then I'll spend tomorrow from early before it's getting light until around noon preparing my photo blind, which I haven't used for more than a year now. I can put out some sunflower seeds, some corns, make everything ready, you know, test the openings and the equipment and everything there. And then I have that ready. So if on Thursday or Friday or Saturday snow comes, wind comes, it all starts to be really nice, you know, then I can go down there, sneak away from the work, spend a few hours there and then come back. Simon is also coming to helping me in the weekend, and I think he'll appreciate this little surprise when I tell him, like, oh, the photo blind, by the way, is ready to, what you say, rock and roll. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do, because otherwise there's no chance I can get the photo blind ready, and if I only have a few hours, there's no point in coming out here and see if I can spot some animals, but the best chance will be in front of my photo blind. So yeah, let's go home, pack the camp, get something to eat, and then hopefully before it's pitch black I can drive home to the farm. So yeah, you always have a plan until you make a new one. Everything is nice and wet, so it will definitely grow. Now everything looks more or less like when I arrived here, except from the ice. Let's go to the bicycle. That one is good. So everything is packed, still have a little light, and I'm just thinking, even though I don't have a single good photo from this trip, it has just been amazing. Spending 3 days out here, 2 nights, oh, it's so good, you know, no reception on the phone. Only when I have walked far from the camp I get a little reception, you know, I can write my friend or my family and ask how my dog is, if my mom is taking care of that, things like that. But just, it is like digital detoxing, I would say. Just what I needed. And then I'm excited to get home now, because tomorrow we have a plan. But let me get out from the forest before it's getting too dark. And yeah, let's get on the bike. Oh. It's still there. Look. You better get up early tomorrow and have a coffee with me, because we're getting up when it's still dark, and then I'm going down to prepare my photo blind so that everything is just there, perfect and ready if the snow and the storm should come. So yeah, see you tomorrow. I think it's perfect timing. Sun hasn't risen yet, but light enough to see. And oh, I don't know why I didn't use the photo blind last year. I maybe used it once, but now I feel for once I'm ahead of schedule. And look here. See, that's the photo blind. That's where we are going. Oi. Let me turn on a flashlight. Here we go. Holy cow, look at this one. And a lot of flies. need to get rid of this old wasp nest. It should be empty now, but now for the snacks. I put a lot of snacks this first time, and that is to, you know, create some attention from the birds, because they have not had food here for a year or so, and then I need them to see when they fly over. You know, it's not that they walk around and smell where's the food. They fly over and they spot something, something that grabs their attention. And here I'm feeding with corns and sunflower seeds, with and without shell, and it should be visible from above. So if you're the bird and you come flying here, see, it's definitely visible. So now just need to clean the and that wasp nest. I hope I don't touch it and then it's like bzzzt, but it's not this time of the year. If there's suddenly a ton of wasps, I want this exit to be quick. I want to see how it looks inside. Oh, look. It's just like the bees. Shit. Oh, there's nothing. A dead wasp. I have to read more about the wasps, because it's just like the bees, except that there is no honey. Dead wasp. There's nothing, absolutely nothing in here. It's dead. Definitely empty. So no reason to be so scared about that. Perfect. Look, and the little table here that my good friend Luca from Switzerland made. Test out the candles. I don't know, maybe they're too damp. Try. Ah! Come on. I have to bring new ones. Oi! Come on. This is nice. I could actually do my potatoes Fridays here. Oh. So, first coffee in the photo blind. Cheers. Oh. Ja, det er jo helt perfekt. These are the 2025 calendars, the wall calendar and the table calendar over there. And oh, this is just such a great day. I can never really relax until I have them. And I thought they would come in a truck, because the last like 3 or 4 years there was a big truck coming here, and I was like, oh my goodness, because there's not room, so I have to carry them from out the big road into here because they can't come in. But this time they came in a normal car, and when he drew in here it was like because it was so heavy. Oh, a lot of work to do now. There he is. I hope he remembered the camera.
Hi.
Hi.
Jeg har taget den her med.
Oh, perfect.
Yes, I brought this one.
The photo blind is ready.
Really? Yeah. Oh, great, man. Let's go down and see what we can get.
Yes, but now I have been holding back with the calendar, and you have to go and see. I'm so
Super.
excited if
the
colors are good and the paper and everything.
Yeah.
But we will see.
It's gonna be really good.
Well, let's park the beast.
Maybe I should turn this one off.
Yeah. Yes, all your gear. Then we can get the clothes later. It's not so important. Den lille.
Ja, den skal nok tung, den.
Skal vi starte med den?
Ja, det skal det. Jeg er spændt.
Ja, helt vildt. Den er fin.
This is nice.
Every year you have this, your chest is kind of tightening up because you think so much can go wrong, and front with the deer from the last video. Jeg er spændt på det.
Det står så godt.
Ja, det er godt.
Den er fin.
Den står fint. Hva?
Mhm.
Jeg kan godt lide det her nede. Altså de små streger.
Ja, det ser godt ud. Det
her. Det står godt, hva'?
Mhm. Den har jeg gerne til at se, den her.
This is still fresh in my memory.
Yeah.
From the red deer. Do you remember this? That morning out there in the meadow photographing red deer, and wow, we have to look at the little one.
Yeah.
Now I'm impatient.
De er fine, dem der.
Yeah. I'm so happy with this, and I think also Simon is a little feel released because it's always really exciting after sitting and do the color grading with the photos and selecting them and then finally see them on print. It's just a special feeling. Now it's just to mount it here, and then it's ready, the little table calendar. And this wooden stand is made by my dad out in our workshop, and he has put a lot of effort into that, taking the beech and cutting them out and making this little thing here for the calendar and doing the corners. He has put so much time into it. So Dad, if you're watching the video, thank you so much for your help. This is handcrafted on the highest level, I think. Now we have a lot of work ahead of us. We have to sign, I have to sign a whole lot of table calendars, a lot of wall calendars, and Simon is helping with packing and printing labels and making sure that the right person get the right calendar and stuff like that. That is the job we have to do now. But unfortunately, it's snowing outside now, and the photo blind is ready, and we have all our equipment ready, and we would really like to go there, but it's just not possible to sit in the photo blind and sign calendars and pack them. So yeah, we have to do this for the rest of the day, this office work you can call it. And then tomorrow morning, we hope when we wake up and walk down there with a head torch that it will come down with snow and frost and maybe a little wind. And then we're going to do a lot of bird photography for a few times tomorrow morning. But until then, it's time to do some work. skal jeg jo tingene ind til dig, så kan du lige åbne lurerne, så kigger jeg ud. Perfekt. Jeg går lige ud og smider lidt foder. Ja. Jeg går ud og fodrer. It's so nice to be back in the photo blind. We had hoped for snow and wind and frost, but during the night it has changed to 4 degrees Celsius plus, still wind, and now they promise rain. So now we're here and there are jays outside, which is really nice, and it's just after the days in the forest and not seeing a whole lot of things, it's just really nice to sit here and photograph the birds. So let's see what we get. So. This is really, really, really nice. There are maybe, I don't know, 8 jays outside, and they are so busy. Oy, oy, oy. They're so beautiful. This is so nice. There are probably 10 jays outside the photo blind, and it's torture because the clock is ticking, and home on the farm are all the calendars, and we're not half done yet. Oh. So we have to get it's typical. We just want to stay here. But now, let's get back to the farm. I will sign, Simon will pack, all the same stuff. But I hope you have enjoyed being with me in the forest, seeing the calendar, and now here in the photo blind together with my friend Simon. So yeah, take care, and until next time, see you out there.